day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Economy Informant, where an article will be discussed to inform you of the latest domestic and international economic updates, and today's video is no different. I want to discuss a number of articles actually, and the economic implications of smaller economies in a national crisis such as the coronavirus in Namibia. I'm going to focus on three themes, which are incentives, supply, and demand. Namibia is a southwestern country in Africa located near Angola and Botswana, previously ruled by South Africa until March 21, 1990. It has about 2.5 million people, and it is considered a small country due to its population size, not because of its resources. Namibia is known for its mineral resources such as diamonds and uranium. Its GDP, gross domestic product, relies heavily on mining, agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. Please note and remember these sectors because this will be important for the analysis that all of these sectors are the government's responsibility, except that the mining industry has a 50-50 joint venture with the government and a private company called De Beers. Despite the usual Southwest African politics shenanigans, lack of government accountability, economic inequality, questionable business dealings with external sources, and much more, the country was doing better than most after the independence, except for in 2009 due to a recession. However, in 2016 in particular, Namibia went through another recession. This recession escalated primarily due to the reduced involvement of the mining, construction, and public administration and defense sectors. Mining declined 5.6%, construction declined 12.3%, and public administration and defense declined 5.3%. In case you don't know, the only thing all of these sectors have in common is that they are all controlled solely or partially by the Namibian government. When the government was asked what plans they had to clean up their mess, the Minister of Mines and Energy, Tom, was on leave. How convenient. And according to the World Bank, Namibia is yet to recover from the recession fully. So just to make sure you are all caught up, we have a country that is still dealing with the consequences and misfortunes of the 2016 economic decline, questionable government practices, and now another element that being the hundreds of deaths due to the coronavirus are all added to the pile of issues that need to be addressed. One of the advantages of a small country is it is easier to identify and diagnose problems. So let's go through the data as quickly as possible as of July 4th. Over 1,500 cases on average are reported daily, and at least 149,232 vaccines have been given, which means only 3% of the population is vaccinated in a country with 2.5 million. Because the government has decided now in July of 2021 that something needs to be done during the last week, the week that it reached its peak on June 28th, over 2,000 doses a day is enough. In over 7 months and some days, 10% of the population will be vaccinated in a country of 2.5 million. Do you see the problem? The problem is the country is too small not to have the issue of how they're going to administer more vaccines. Now, if people don't want to take the vaccine, that is a different issue, and that is not what I'm referring to. Before that discussion takes place, a country first needs to have enough for the option of becoming vaccinated to even be considered. My issue is Namibia's government is not making their people's health a priority. I mean, people are dying and it is affecting their economy significantly. In 2020 alone, the GDP from the mining, hospitality, and other sectors have decreased. Mining, what the country desperately, in relative terms, depends on, is declining. Well, Minister Tom said something that I agree with in March of 2021. He said mineral exploration licenses will no longer be able to sell out to foreigners. As of April 1st, Namibia mining exploration license holders will be required by law to retain at least a 15% stake. This is good news because yes, you might sell to the highest bidder, for example, a Chinese company, because it has been stated that mining represents one of China's single largest investments in Africa, and you get a one-time payment, but how are you helping the economy long term? But for people to have the incentive not to sell their licenses, I believe the government needs to reconsider their stand on construction business freedom in Namibia, mainly because their central money-making sector, the mining industry, is declining. Upon my research, I found that it's easier to hire or fire an employee, which is a problem because that results in more people becoming unemployed. In a sector like construction that fosters infrastructure, this hurdle needs to be addressed promptly. But let me tell you why it hasn't been addressed. When there is a larger group of applicants to choose from the unemployment group, why would an employer want to pay higher wages? This is a problem because two of Namibia's issues to date are unemployment and poverty. To recap, I have discussed the lack of supply of vaccines and the demand for solutions to the GDP situation in Namibia, and how the government needs to rethink their priorities and provide more incentives in the construction industry, especially in a national crisis that they are currently facing. But the most important thing is that they need to learn how to stay vigilant to decrease their population from declining from COVID. Before we continue with the video, I would like to interject and say, as of July 14th, the number of vaccines administered has increased to 3.2%. So it seems like the supply is increasing, but more would be appreciated. And I still stand by what I said, that supply needs to be increased so that the option of becoming vaccinated is even considered. Thank you for your time. Now let's get back to the video. Even if they address all the economic misfortunes, if people are dead or too ill to work, what economic progress can one really have? Well, that's all I have today, Economy Informants. Let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of this video. And since you're already scrolling down, hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for tuning to Economic Implications 101 and see you next time.